What I do know is that the dinosaurs didn't give up. They took that asteroid like lizards. Bryan Alvarez here on Wrestling Observer Live. We are here every day, Monday through Friday, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern, Sundays, 3 Pacific, 6 Eastern, Saturday mornings with Jim Valley, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 Eastern, Sundays with Andrew Zarian. And yes, it is Monday here on the show. You know what that means? Hey, we got a lot to talk about. We got Raw coming up tonight. And we actually have a lineup for the show finally. I had nothing until this morning. But they had Backlash this weekend, so we'll talk about Backlash. And Lance is joining us here today, Lance Storm. It's kind of changing the schedule for the week because both Lance and Filthy have a lot of traveling to do. And so Lance is going to be on today. Tom is going to be on Tuesday and Wednesday. And apparently I'll be solo on Thursday and Friday, so that should be exciting. But Lance, I don't think he's seen Backlash, but we got to talk about the most important thing really coming out of Backlash, and that is this John Cena gimmick, this John Cena Invitational. What is this? Well, we'll tell you about what he said. We'll tell you about what he said the next day. We'll tell you what WWE has said, and then we'll find out what Lance has to say. So that'll be fun. We've also got some other notes, including lineups for shows coming up this week, NXT and AEW. Matt Jackson talked about how Triple H and WWE, they actually spoke about a crossover match between the Young Bucks and the New Day. Don't have to worry about crossover looking like at this point. We got updates on Brock Lesnar and Asuka and their futures. We have got some details for Triple Mania. We've got a title change of the Ring of Honor tapings, which is notable, and a bunch of other news as well. We'll also go over all of Backlash if you did not happen to see it. So if you want to text us, join the show here today, 425-780-7566. That is 425-780-7566. F4WOnline@gmail.com, F4W Online, Threads, Instagram, and Cameo, at Bryan Alvarez, X, and Blue Sky. Back in a moment, Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. We got a big Elimination Chamber report here. And also Collision from Saturday, which actually was a pretty damn good show in its own right.
I was not told to watch Collision.
Vinny?
I forgot to text him Thursday night. I figured he'd be in bed. I said I'd do it tomorrow. And then Friday I bought a car. I was busy, and I've been forgotten. John comes out, looks into the camera, and says, "There's a vibe in here tonight."
Sure is.
I'll see. Punk's eyes are bugging out of his head. Seth is still there screaming, "Die, die!" And Seth gets his way. Punk dies. John Cena wins. I thought the finish of this was incredible. Great stuff.
God, Travis Scott. Jesus God almighty. This was exactly like when Hogan used to come to the ring Dennis Rodman trailing him, and Dennis Rodman was like on another planet. He had no idea where he was at, stumbling to the ring. He had basically have to drag him down there. This Travis Scott was on another planet, dude.
Well, the first time he was on the show was on that Raw show. He was smoking a blunt in the audience.
They go from the hug to a shot of Cena's angry heel face, and they cut right to Rock on. And then he kicks him right in the balls. And the crowd freaked out. The John Cena turned heel. Hulk Hogan, he was getting booed before he turned. It was a risk, but, they were getting sick of the guy anyway. The problem with Steve Austin was he was the top babyface, and there was nobody to replace him when he turned. John Cena's been gone forever. He comes back. It's not like he was going to be the top babyface. They got 50 babyfaces. Cody's the biggest babyface they got. There's no risk whatsoever turning John Cena heel. He's 10 times more interesting now. The Cena and Cody feud is 1,000 times more interesting.
Travis hit Cody Rhodes in the face as hard as he could. I bet that sucked.
This was a big deal, and I didn't see it coming.
You guys need to listen to Observer Live on Friday.
No thanks.
Because some dude called in, all bombastic and outrageous.
Do y'all think that John Cena is going to be the one that turns heel and joins The Rock as his champion?
No chance. And I shot him down. I laughed at him.
Wow.
I said it's not going to happen. John Cena's here to sell tickets and merch as a babyface for his last year. He ain't turning heel.
They need to make shirts for John Cena that just say, "Can you see me now?"
I got to apologize to old Dwayne. I thought that guy was out of his mind. He got me. This is awesome. I cannot wait to see where they go here. Back in the show, Bryan Alvarez here, Wrestling Observer Live. Old Lance, as we call him, is joining us here today.
Or at least as you call me.
Yeah. No one else calls you Old Lance?
No.
What are you talking about? What does Tom call you?
Calls me Lance.
God, what a boring...
Or Mr. Storm, probably on occasion, because he's way too polite.
Well, listen, Old Lance, we got a lot to get into here today. So Raw, we'll just start from the beginning here. Raw is tonight. It's coming up in a few hours. Jacob Fatu will take part in a Roman Reigns acknowledgement ceremony. I'm sure that'll go well.
That'll go without any problems whatsoever.
Yes. Brie Bella and Paige will appear. They are still the women's tag team champions. The Obafemi Open Challenge continues. And we have the Street Profits and Joe Hendry against The Vision. So that's Raw for tonight. We got to build up for this next pay-per-view. As Backlash finished up. And Backlash did finish up, and there is much to get into regarding Backlash here today. I think the things we got to talk about are whatever is going on with Asuka, and also whatever is going on with John Cena. So if you didn't see the show, we'll do a quick review here, and then we'll talk about this stuff. Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. The notable thing about this show was there were two matches that originally were going to be on Mania, and they ended up on Backlash. Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Asuka Io Sky. And everybody was like so outraged that Asuka and Io Sky didn't get to be on WrestleMania. But I'm telling you, I was there at WrestleMania. I watched the show. Way better they got their match on this show. They got way more time and a hot crowd. The crowd, it took a while for them to get going in that match, but the whole show in general had a hot crowd. And Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker, both of those matches, there's no way they were getting 20 to 22 minutes at WrestleMania. No chance. So, Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, very good match. All of the blokes tried to interfere there at the end, and Seth took him out with a chair and got back in the ring, got speared, but kicked out. And then they did a few more spots, and then he went for a middle rope stomp, got speared out of midair, and pinned. So it was clever because They gave Seth the big 1-on-2 hero comeback with the chair on the bad guys, but that did not lead directly to Braun getting the pin. Braun did beat him clean after a few more minutes, so it was a big win for Braun Breaker, as it should have been, and we're off to the races with this guy. Let's see if they have a follow-up tonight. Trick Williams, Sami Zayn. Trick Williams retained the title with help from old Yachty, who got involved multiple times and was killed many times by Sammy. Trick ended up hitting the trick knee, got the pin. I thought this was better than their WrestleMania match. It was twice as long. And it still wasn't like a great match or anything like that, but it was good. I liked it. It was miles better than the funeral for the old gingerbread man.
And for the record, it's the trick shot, not the trick knee.
It'll always be the trick knee to me, Lance. I don't know if you know this or not, but like one side is side on the name of a move. I don't care what anyone else calls it.
You're stubborn and don't give a
I
darn.
will never use the word swanton ever, which is funny actually, because I always did the Jeff Hardy senton back when it was called the senton, and then they renamed it to the swanton, which I thought was just so irritating. It's like it's a swanton. Oh, he does a senton. He does a swan dive, so it has to be. It's just irritating. I would never ever call it that ever. Okay, for 20 years I refused to call it the swanton. So one day, I'm doing a match with Filthy. It's a tag match, and we're kind of coming up with some ideas, and Tom says, hey, you think you can do a senton and I'll catch you in the choke? I was like, yeah, of course, sure. So we do the match, and in his mind, I was just going to do like a senton, jump off back first, and just like jump right into the choke.
Senton.
Yeah, but he's thinking, that's what he's thinking.
Well, it's also what he said.
But yeah, but like to me, I was just gonna do my normal
Swanton.
senton. But anyway, the amazing thing was I did it, and it was not what he was expecting, and he still caught me perfectly on the landing. It was actually quite incredible that it worked out. And then afterwards, he's like, what were you doing? Why did you do that? I was like, what are you talking about? You said do a senton. He goes, a senton, not a swanton. I was like, you idiot. Hate that name. Anyway.
Yeah, but Tom's
what was the
right.
point of all of this? How do we even get on that? Oh, the trick knee. It'll always be the trick knee to me. It'll always be the trick knee.
Although you caved on Oleg Bolton.
No, I didn't. I just...
Yes, you did. You
no,
switched back.
It's not caved. I went back and forth so many times that I forgot which the right one was. So now I don't even know anymore. What's the guy's name? Anyway, Miz and Kit Wilson versus Danhausen and his mystery partner, who ends up being Minihausen, a little fella. I don't care what anyone
Are you
says.
at least going to put over that they teased Papa Shango the day after
They
I mentioned
actually
it?
did. Danhausen actually did an interview on SmackDown and said he wanted Papa Shango. I almost died. But, hey, listen, I loved it. It was wacky. It was silly. It was goofy. And, you know, I from day one have been consistent in my views. And my views are, I don't care what happened. If you start a match and the crowd either doesn't care or really doesn't like it, and by the end of the match you've turned that crowd, you have done your job, and that was a big success. And the fans, they were expecting, whoever they were expecting, they got a mini, and they didn't like it. And they started booing from the moment this match started. They were so mad. But
And
then
they found out that Minnie's awesome.
this little mini was the best guy in this match. And, like, he was so great. I mean, he was so great that he's in with two guys who are not lucha bases, okay? Like, I think Kit's a really good worker, and, you know, it's The Miz. But, like, everything they try to do with this guy, the head scissors, and the Miz tried to do the one where the guy does the head scissors and then the helicopters around the head into another head scissors. He was like lost. But this little guy was like, don't care, brother. I'm doing it. And he made every single one of them work. Anyway, I love this match. Danhausen pinned Miz. That was that. Asuka and Io Sky was a great match. And no Kairi, although the fans chanted for her the entire time. And in the end, it was kind of weird. Like, they went a long time, and when Io just hit the bullet train, went up top, hit the moonsault, pinned her, it was just like it was bizarre. It was just there was a finality to it, which I don't even know why. And then afterwards, when they did the post-match angle, as we'll talk about here in a bit, I mean, there's a reason there was a finality to it. Io bowed to her, Asuka burst into tears, hugged her for like 7 straight minutes, it seemed, would not let go, and then there was no angle, nothing, they left, and we will talk about that. We will also talk about John Cena's life-changing announcement, but the main event, best match on the show, Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu, freaking great. Crowd was wild for this match, and both of these guys were just fantastic. They had a near fall, and it was only like 9 minutes in. They did this sequence where Fatu ends up hitting him with a pop-up Samoan drop off a spear attempt. Frickin' goes up top for that PME. The place is going nuts. They count 1, they count 2. Half the crowd chanted 3. Like, they thought Fatu was going to pin this guy for the title in 9 minutes. It was crazy. Go back to the Tongan death grip spot. And finally, Roman, basically a desperation accident, runs him headfirst into an exposed buckle and spears him and pins him. But, Fatu's up first because Roman's half dead, beats this guy into oblivion, and it was not, however, an injury angle. They're back tonight for an acknowledgement ceremony. So I believe they'll do one more match at the Italy show on May 31st, and then old Roman's taking a month off. But anyway, we'll talk about the Asuka and the Cena situation after the break here on Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. Let's do this unnecessary censorship.
Talk about your Psalms, talk about John 3:16. Austin 3:16 says I just your ass.
That was terrible. Horrible. They weren't the Heart Foundation. They weren't the British Bulldogs, okay? They're 2 geeks. And this celebration these guys did.
Oh.
I mean, they're like, Sean, give me brother. Yeah.
A place like that?
You 2 dorks. That's what you did. Why are you so excited?
Because they're awesome.
Okay. That was better than the first one.
It picked up at the end there.
Yes.
Unnecessary censorship.
He beat him. And 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 he beat him. I'm sweating.
Time to stop.
And he beat him.
Was this edited?
And then he beat him. And he beat him.
So.
I actually wore that shirt. It just says he beat him. He beat him. He beat him all the way down. Like,
All the way down, you say?
I dropped her off at camp, and the camp counselor just looks at me. She goes, he beat him and beat him. I was like, gag gift.
Brian, would you for me again this week? It's too hot to do much.
That's true. It is too hot to do much.
I guess I just better do it because it came up for me.
I'll wait.
It won't come up again. It's pretty short, so I'll just do it. Yeah. Now I gotta find it back.
Okay.
It isn't
Damn, I'm
coming
gonna
up.
kill you. How about you just it? Okay.
Ouch.
What else we got, Vinny? I hope the granny licks her finger to turn the page. Lick that finger. There'll be
Page
an
2.
unnecessary censorship coming up. Lick that. Okay, let's see. Unnecessary censorship.
So Oro Ethan after the match and gets his ass just into the earth.
Vinny.
And Ethan is leaving, holding his all confident. And then Oro just comes back to life, and now he Ethan's ass.
Oro jumps him from behind.
Yep.
Then he beats his ass after cheap-shotting the guy. Haha. That was interesting. That's quite unnecessary. Instead of suffering through the YouTube chat, click like and subscribe. Back in the show, Bryan Alvarez here, Wrestling Observer Live. Lance is joining us here today. So, Asuka, what is going on here? Well, Observer Radio on Saturday night, Dave noted that the word that he had gotten from WWE in the wake of that Io Sky Asuka match was that Asuka was, quote, semi-retired. And after the show was over, I mean, all sorts of WWE and other wrestlers from around the world were, doing tributes to Asuka. And people were saying goodbye to her after the show. We've got some other notes here. Mike Johnson on PW Insider said that Asuka was believed to remain aligned with the company, as opposed to like a full split and leaving to go to Japan and never coming back. She will be doing something. What that is, who knows? And Fightful noted that she had signed a long-term contract summer of 2024. But, what all this means, who knows? I mean, same thing with, Lesnar. The Lesnar situation is up in the air. I mean, in both cases, I think their days as full-time WWE wrestlers are obviously over. And I think Brock has been a full-timer in like 20 years. But the point is, I think that Brock probably is going to do Minneapolis. I was talking about this a few days ago. Originally, I mean, I can't even say originally because there were so many plans between January and today that just went all out the window. But among the many plans, at one point, Randy Orton was going to beat Cody Rhodes and win the WWE title. And obviously that did not happen. And now at the May pay-per-view, May 31st, I think it's in Italy, it is going to be John Cena versus Gunther. And
it's not John Cena.
Or not John Cena, I'm sorry. Cody Rhodes versus Gunther. Still got John. We'll talk about Cena. Cody Rhodes versus Gunther for the title. And Gunther has run roughshod. I know, Lance, I'm going to mute you. He retired John Cena. He retired AJ Styles. He's just been on a tear. And my point is, why give him all of that to then go to a show in Italy and lose to Cody Rhodes? I think he's beaten Cody Rhodes. I think that Gunther will be the champion. And then I do think if he is the champion, there is a storyline you can do where Brock is talked out of his apparent retirement to just give it one last shot in Minneapolis for that title. So I think that's where they're going. I don't know for sure, but I know, as I've mentioned many times, that as soon as he did that retirement and put his shoes in the ring and his gloves and everything, I mean, I was immediately texted Minneapolis. I was immediately, like, very shortly thereafter told, don't buy this retirement thing. And, it's one of those deals where, I don't know if you guys know how this works in terms of, like, asking questions in, when you have to put on your reporter hat. If you ask a question, there's a few things that can happen. Number one, you can get an answer, which is the best scenario. And then sometimes you'll get, like, some vague response for some reasons. And then other times you'll just be completely ignored. And usually when you're completely ignored, it's because someone doesn't want to lie to you. So anyway, it's any questions about Brock's retirement are ignored. I don't think the guy is... I think he's doing at least Minneapolis. and we'll see where things go from there. But anyway, Asuka, she could be on Raw tonight for all I know. She could be on SmackDown, but it does appear that her full-time WWE career is over, which is very sad because I love this woman. She's the freaking greatest. She was like, yes.
But that was actually to clear my throat, but I do have a comment. It's not sad if it's what she wants.
Well, of course not, but it's sad for me.
Well, it's not about you.
It is. It's my show. What are you talking about?
The woman has had
I'm personally sad I cannot watch Asuka matches, listen to Asuka promos, watch Asuka video packages. That makes me sad. I'm happy for her. I'm overjoyed and thrilled. I'm
Well,
sad
then
for
say
me.
you're sad, not it's
I just
sad.
did.
No, but you started with it's sad, and it may
It
not
is
be.
sad.
A very accomplished, respected woman might be wrapping things up because she wants to.
I'm
in which
sure she
case,
is.
Celebrate her.
I am happy for her. You know, you want me to tell you how great she is? I'd be happy to. You know what's funny about Asuka is for the last however long she's been with WWE, I have heard, like, oh, they don't push her enough. They don't do enough with her. She should be used better, this and that. And it's funny because, like, you guys realize that not if we don't count, like, the Charlotte gimmick of she's got to get 16 world titles or whatever, but, like, Asuka is probably the most decorated woman in the entire history of WWE. She did not quite reach the level that, you know, Becky Lynch did, where for a couple of years, you know, 2018, 2019, Becky was actually like the single biggest star in the company, male or female. Like, she was above the Roman Reigns, everybody. She didn't quite hit that level, but, like, I got a list here. I probably missed some stuff. She was a Grand Slam champion. She was a Triple Crown champion. She was a NXT Women's Champion for 510 straight days. She did not lose in WWE, NXT, or the main roster for 914 days. She was not defeated. She was the first Women's Royal Rumble winner. She was the first Women's Money in the Bank winner. She was the first woman in history to win the tag titles with 3 different women. She was a multi-time Raw champion. She was a SmackDown champion. She was a 5-time tag team champion. My point is, she's so great that she had all of that, and people still thought they didn't do enough with her. She's the greatest.
She's incredible.
I'm going to vote for her for best on promos.
Those
I will.
Promos are awesome.
I don't care. You can fight me. I don't care.
No, I agree with you. She's great.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. So anyway, I'm trying to remember what I heard. They did those Io Sky, Asuka. I think it might have been last week, where they kind of went back and forth, and they went like from Japanese to, and every now and then they would do some English and then back to Japanese, and somebody was like, "It's so phony. Why would they do any English whatsoever?" And then I don't know where I saw it, but like somebody goes, "You know, I actually watch Japanese soap operas, and that happens regularly." So anyway, don't you dare question Asuka, or Io, or Kairi. Fight to the death. So anyway, I'm going to do a little bit of other news, and then I'm going to wait till after the break to do this John Cena thing, because we're going to need time for that one. So, in the meantime,
And in between time,
should mention that Hiro Yoshi Tenzan is retiring.
oh, congrats to him.
Yes, this one.
I worked with him when he was on an excursion in Europe.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't wrestle much. Like, every now and then he'll do openers and that sort of thing. But, like, the thing with Tenzan is, I don't know what in God's name is going on with his feet. But, I mean, if it came out, remember how Kerry Von Erich was missing, and I don't even think he was missing an entire foot. I think it was like part of his foot. But, like, if it came out, I'm not even joking, guys. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just saying, if it came out after his retirement that Tenzan actually had no feet and had been wrestling for like 5 years like that, I wouldn't even blink. This guy's feet, when you see him wrestle, It's like, how is this guy walking? How is this guy wrestling? How is this guy? It's inconceivable. But man, he's still, like, when he gets out there, he can still do some stuff. It's quite astonishing, in fact. And yes, he started way back in the early 90s. And what year? Tell us about the excursion.
1993, my first time working for Otto and Peter William in CWA Catch. Tokyo Joe Daigo, who was the New Japan connection from Stampede, booked me and also booked Hiro from New Japan. So he was doing his excursion, and he and I were the two young guys. So we feuded all the time. They even created a junior title, which we traded a few times. So I wrestled him a ton.
How big
Really
were you?
great guy.
How big were you back when you were a junior?
Again, 93, I was probably the same size I always was, 215 pounds, 216 pounds.
215 pounds was a junior back then.
Well, the thing is, we all assumed, because that's what things were called, but I think in CWA, I think they meant more by age. I think we were like the young guys champion. I
really?
honestly do. They never said. They just said junior champion, and I think it was a more a young guys title, because I think Hero was bigger than me.
You know, it does remind me. I was about 16, and we were at the bowling alley. There's a bowling alley in Kenmore that Granny used to bowl all the time. Loved bowling. My Uncle Terry, who's passed away, he bowled like 200-300 games. He was like a great bowler. I think he was a pro bowler, actually. And we used to, my Uncle Wayne, Crazy Wayne, loved bowling. We used to always go bowling on his birthday. But anyway, one day we were there, and there's a gigantic sign that they just put up, and it said, "This summer, seniors bowl free." And Granny goes, "You'll be a senior in high school next year." I didn't bowl free. Back in a moment, Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful.
It's Bryan Alvarez and Big Vinny V, and we hope that you enjoy the show.
Should I do one more time? Huh? I played the entire song before realizing I had not hit record.
I figured as much.
So I had to start the entire show over again. Uh-oh. Is my internet down? My internet died.
Yeah.
All right. Stand by, everybody. Hi, everybody. We're back. And we're just gonna barrel on through, right, Vinny? What do we have on that Facebook thing? Now it says no audio. Jared, do we have audio?
I can hear you.
Honestly, what is going on?
Yeah, we just watched a movie
What
about
is
this.
up with my internet? Lost everybody again. Curry says no problems with the Big Vinny V show.
His words.
Not since the first one.
I was gonna say the very
There have
first
been
one was a
Many
disaster.
problems. Many
Yes.
problems.
We've had quite a few.
Yeah, and you know what I do? I just barrel on through.
Brian.
Barrel on through should be the name of this show. What the hell's going on this week? Like every single show, something goes terribly wrong. Today, I didn't have the music set to go at first. Then I got it set to go, but I forgot to hit record. Finally, I hit record and got the song going right. Golly. One disaster after another here. We're starting 15 minutes late. I still can't find the video, Jared. Is it up? Where is everything? Granny's joining us here today via phone. We cannot connect our audio or video. It's a blank screen. I don't know what's going on. What are we doing? Should we just quit today? I don't know what the problem is, Granny. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know what's going on. We still have no video. I got a question. Where's the goddamn video at?
You gotta fire Jared.
All right, now it's up. Hello, everybody.
This is the one you told me to do last week, Undertaker plus Psycho Kid.
Okay.
Are you done laughing?
Yeah, we're done.
Yes, Granny, I apologize.
There'll be more.
Then Psycho Sid comes out with blonde curly hair. Hard to pull. Lasts a while before he gets out of it. I had to give that a 10.
A 10.
Oh, wow.
Undertaker won a match and a belt. That's a 10 on the Granny scale.
Victor is still at it more than ever this week. as far as the soaps go.
Hell of a report, Granny.
All right.
That was a 10 on the Granny soap opera report scale.
That's just a minute.
Jared, you're forgiven. Instead of suffering through the YouTube chat, click like and subscribe.
happening afterwards to see who the fans want. It's no longer a predetermined sport, and I'm no longer wanting to give my all to make someone else look good because it's like, well, he's putting me over, I'll make him look good. Okay. But if he might not be putting me over, it's like, yeah, I scored the pin, but then he's more popular. Again, look at Ric Flair, who in his prime was considered one of the greatest workers of all time. If you let fans vote on all his matches, he'd have been the biggest jobber of all time because he made all his baby faces look like $1 billion.
Forget Ric Flair. I mean, I complain about this all the time when I watch AEW. They have all of these, and God bless the guys. Like, I'm not mad at the wrestlers, but you know, there's a generation that is very, very giving. And, oh, you're going to go in with so-and-so who never wins? Okay, well, you're going to make him look as good as possible, and he'll dominate the match for 15 minutes, and then you'll win because you're the person who's supposed to win. But you watch the match, and you're like, who was supposed to get over here? Like, the other guy got over more than the star did. And, you know, the point that I brought up is very similar to the one you brought up, but it's mine was more like, looking back at the bad days of wrestling, like, it's not even what benefit do you have in making someone else look better, but you can also accidentally make the other person look worse. Oh, you're a little bit out of position here. Their move looks stupid. Oh, you go up a little heavy. Their move looks stupid. You know, you can, you know, and if you're good, I'm sure you could, you know, plead innocence, but like it is not hard when you are doing a pro wrestling match to make the other guy look much worse than he actually is.
Do you remember World of Hurt in my episode with Frenchie?
Yes.
We told that exact story.
Yep.
And again, even if you just call an extra long spot, you know he's not going to be able to do it. Or again, he's like, okay, make sure you call all the spots back to me because I won't remember them.
Or if you say senton instead of swanton.
Yeah. Or again, don't call the spot back to him a couple of times and hope that he does forget. And it's like you're creating a situation where sabotaging your opponent could benefit you.
Yes.
It goes against the entire foundation of pro wrestling. It's insane.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how the current, you know, I don't know.
I actually had a person online that made a suggestion, which would actually make it better. I still don't think they should do it. But if you let them do promos, then did the vote, then did the match, at least then it's predetermined. But you'd be basing the vote strictly on the promos. But you're still going to run into the problem, too, is like fans aren't going to believe that the vote's legit. Because you've already had Seth working the injury. You had him working the fight with the guy on the sports channel. Just a, ha-ha, we worked you. And it's like, okay, are we going to believe the results of this vote?
You know, it's funny, too, by the way, that, and this was obviously not done on purpose. It was just the way things worked out. But if you watched the Seth Rollins-Braun Breaker match at the PLE, I mean, Seth obviously is a far, far superior worker to Braun Breaker.
Oh,
but
yeah, well-rounded for sure.
But in that match, like, he went for the, you know, it's like you flip over on the clothesline attempt into the powerbomb spot.
Yeah,
I mean,
thing.
botched it to high heaven. Tried a, you know, he was going to flip out of a Frankensteiner, and, like, he barely landed on his feet. Looked like he destroyed both of his knees and ankles. And, like, if you had to vote at the end, like, which guy put on the better performance, you'd vote for Braun, even though Seth is the better all-around worker. But he had a couple of botches, and so, well, it's probably going to be the other guy you're going to vote for. And it ain't easy to, or it ain't hard to get that other guy to botch a spot
and
or two.
There's no incentive to cover someone else's mistakes.
Nope. Back in a moment, Observer Live. You're clear.
Hope I don't get in trouble for burying WWE's product.
Listen, were you forced into getting a solar contract and now you just don't want it anymore? Maybe the solar company misled you. Or is your solar contract buried with hidden fees? Are you not saving the amount of money you thought you would on your energy costs? Don't worry. At the Solar Exit Hotline, we can help you cancel your solar contract. Even if the
Oh, hi, everybody.
Installed. Our experienced legal team will review
I think his
your
internet
contract
died again,
and
so
help
we're
you
still live.
Cancel it. Possibly
okay.
saving you thousands of dollars.
Should we sing and dance?
Right now for complete
Entertain the minions?
So listen, if you're not happy with your
Ask
solar
questions,
contract
everybody. What do we got?
reason, we are here to help
It's Fun
you
Monday.
cancel it. Call the Solar Exit
Money
hotline.
Monday.
Now everyone says hi to me. You could have said hi to me the whole time.
Your solar contract. This
Hello,
call is
Shy Lurker.
100%
Hello,
free.
GWiki95.
800-826-4073.
But we're not live on YouTube? No, we're still live on YouTube.
826-4073.
Do some karaoke.
826-4073.
Oh, yeah, that'll be good.
With MedGuard Alert, you're never alone. You can connect with medical professionals.
Rey
Oh,
Mysterio.
now. Granny, what's happening? What do we got for the wrestling report here today?
Talk or something.
Talk
Talk
or something.
So a Niven comes in, jumps on Bailey with her overweight body a couple of times, doesn't mind playing dirty, leaves Bailey on the mat in lots of pain. I found this book. It's called Limericks from the Heart.
Is this a Lanny Poffo book?
Let me finish this one. This guy's name is Lanny Poffo. And there are 335 pages in here. Can you guess what it's about?
Smoking.
Oh,
Sean
Yes.
the Wizard.
have you read it?
We read it every week for about 6 months.
When I first started.
Wow.
Why don't we start reading some questions, and we'll see if we can spur some answers out of Granny. Shall we try?
No, I don't think so.
Let's try.
Then you'll really find out how dumb I am.
Granny, did you know there was a wrestling bear?
No, and I don't care.
All right.
It's a bear that wrestled people.
I
Back in the show, Bryan Alvarez here, Wrestling Observer Live. Well, somehow we made it. Oh, hi, everybody. Yes, we've made it through. We had technical issues. Producer Jared lost power, and also internet multiple times. So hopefully you can piece all of this together. The audio recording will be perfect. And the byline, I think, made it through as well. It's just those of you watching on Twitch or YouTube. So we'll try to get that fixed for everybody. But that's it for today. Make sure you watch Raw tonight. I'll be up later tonight with Dave, Observer Radio, to talk about the Roman Reigns acknowledgement ceremony with Fatu and Bree and Paige appearing, Obafemi Open Challenge, and Street Profits and Joe Hendry versus The Vision. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, I'll be up here with Old Filthy. We'll do our show. And then tomorrow's Bryan and Vinny show. We have not announced what we're watching because we're not watching anything. We're going to do the Granny segment. And then we're going to have a very special feature on the Bryan and Vinny show. You must sign up to experience it for yourself at f4wonline.com, or you can do YouTube, video.f4wonline.com, or Apple Podcasts or Spotify, f4wonline.com/Apple or f4wonline.com/Spotify. YouTube, Apple, and Spotify, all $9.99 a month. And YouTube and Spotify, you get video and audio. So check them out, everybody. Sign up, and it's going to be a fun show tomorrow night. That's it. We'll talk to you next time. Wrestling Observer Live.